Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Guys, let's get right into this game. I really did. I thought OKC had this thing in the bag because Indiana cut it, and then they extended by more than what the lead was before they dug into it. It was 9, and the next thing you know, they cut it down to 6, and now you're back up to 11. They cut it down again, and next thing you know, it's back up to 13. They cut it down again and get it back up to 15. I said, that's too much to overcome. Nothing is too much for these places to overcome. They believe. I don't know what the outside world is thinking, but they have a never give up attitude. They do a great job. I've heard Rick Carlisle, on to the next play. When guys would turn the ball over, they would make a mistake, Cornbread. He's like, on to the next play. We good. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. Kept them with a positive attitude, and they go in there and they steal game one, steal home court advantage in game one. Joe, you watched this game, and like I said, I didn't feel like they played really well except the last quarter. They had, again, Ocho, we talked about it, 6 guys in double figures. A lot of teams, 19, 14, 16, almost had 7 guys in double figures, but they played 6 guys in double figures. Joe, how was Indiana, in this hostile of an environment, able to fall down by as many as 15 points, find a way to win this ball game?
Man, they've done that all postseason. Guys, they've been relentless, they've been gritty, and they've been tough, even when they're down. You know, when the game started off, and I seen that Holmgren was starting at the 5 and Hartenstein wasn't starting, I was like, okay, maybe they don't want Holmgren playing against Pascal Siakam. That's a bad matchup for Holmgren. And you could tell Holmgren kind of struggled all night because of the fast pace that the Pacers play with, but the guard play was elite. I thought those dudes, they battled, they competed. And it was fun to watch, man. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't see this. I thought OKC gonna take care of business. They had the lead pretty much the whole time. Cornbread, what happened?
Joe, you know that's what happened when you got the big balls at the end. You think about, and you know what, Shannon. Here's the thing: was crazy. Joe came on earlier. I thought he had played in the damn game. The look on his face. I was like Joe, you did not play, Joe, or understand the parlays and all that. But here's the thing that you have a team that is relentless. You have a Rick Carlisle believes in the team. You have these guys believe in each other. And everybody says Naismith, all these other guys who come in and made plays over and over again. OKC, to me, this is what I said before this series. And I still feel that Indiana's going to win this series because I think championship experience. And I believe, here's what I really believe. I believe that OKC hasn't been there before. So at the end of that game, a lot of those guys who were knocking down shots, Joe, they won't ISO no more. They weren't playing that way no more. At the end of the game, they got tight. And Ocho, you've seen it before. Shannon. When guys get tight and the nuts get tight, you don't know what to do.
If somebody would have told me, Ocho, I'm going to turn it over to you. If somebody would have told me that Indiana's going to turn the ball over 25 times,
25.
The other team, OKC, is only going to turn it over 7 times, and they was going to win the game, I would have never believed that. I don't know the last time I've seen a team turn the ball over this. They had 19 turnovers in the first half. I'm like, bro, if y'all just, and I was looking forward to come on and say, you know what, I think they got a chance to win if they can get 12 or fewer turnovers. So you cut your turnover in half. That gives you more opportunity to at least get the ball a shot up. Ocho, watching this ball game and Shea was doing his thing, like I said, he said to hell with efficiency from the very first playoff game because he got 36 points, but it took him 30 shots to get it. He's going to be ultra aggressive. What is it about what you saw from OKC? Because I'm sure you was thinking like, damn, OKC about to.
Oh, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Watching the game, Joe and Corn, I thought the game was over. I thought the game was over because consistently, OKC kept scoring. Listen, obviously, they build a lead. They go to 15. Goddamn, Indiana come back. Then they go on another stretch. They go on another run. They get another lead. I say, well, goddamn, the Pacers keep turning the goddamn ball over. So at any point when they actually do have a chance to get back in the game, boom, the goddamn Thunder go on a run. So I'm thinking the game is over. So I'm sitting back, I'm relaxing. It get to the fourth quarter. Okay, both ends of the court, both teams are doing well, and all of a sudden, the goddamn Thunder started missing shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then the goddamn Pacers started.
Where was Chad Hungren? What was Chad Hungren in this game at the end? What was Chad at? Chad is supposed to be that dude, you know, that's going to be, he's the second fiddle guy. He was invisible in this game. And you have to have those tier guys step up. You said it before, Shannon. You had almost seven guys on that Pacer team who scored the basketball.
Yep.
You had some guys over there on that other side that did just kind of they Caspered on them at the end. They disappeared. And you can't do that in big games.
Well, what's surprising to me, guys, and Joe, let me know what you think about this. Why would you change your starting lineup? You've been starting Isaiah Hartenstein the whole season, the entire playoffs. I'm going to dictate. I'm going to dictate to you. I am not going to let you bring your ass in my house and dictate what I'm going to serve for dinner. You're going to eat what the hell I put on the table, or you're going to go hungry or take your ass home.
Hey, look, I agree. My thing is, it ain't the fact that, okay, yeah, I was worried when they changed the lineup, but down the stretch, man, you got everybody out there 6'7" and under. We playing backyard basketball. Ain't nobody really got no advantage. That's actually plays in Indiana hands when you're playing.
Yeah,
you're only getting one shot. You ain't got no offensive rebounding ability, and they killing you in the inside. So I thought Obi Toppin played great. He kept him in the game after he slowed down and stopped turning the ball over. As long as he catch and shoot, crash the glass, man, he is perfect for this game right here. This was perfect for him, and I thought he shined.
You know, give Rick Carlisle huge points. Give Rick Carlisle huge points because he did not let those guys give up. And that's what championship medal is. He's the only guy out there from championship experience as a coach. The other gentleman over there, not championship experience. And I think it showed a little bit in this game.
And the funny thing about it is, if we talk about giving a coach credit, right? The coach can do all the coaching he wants, but it comes to the players to be able to execute and not even give up.
Mm-hmm. All
the way to the last few seconds of the goddamn game. Cornbread, them boys were losing. They was down and refused to give up. They refused to give up. And goddamn Haliburton, who they claim is Mr. Overrated, he's supposed to be so bad. Man,
I tell you what I love about Joe. Joe, this is what I loved about it. At the end of that game, and you and I played in it, you guys have played in football. At the end of that game, in that stadium, you could have heard a damn mouse piss on cotton in there. And that, to me, that is a thrilling thing.
A bale of cotton, not a cotton ball, a bale of it.
Yeah, a bale of it. Hold on. Hey, hold on, Unc. I got one question for you. And Joe. Cornbread, I already know where you're going with it. Now, I asked you before the series started, Unc and Joe, both of you picked the Thunder to win the series. Now, I just want to know, after tonight's game, as bad as the Pacers played, are you still sure you want to stick with the Thunder to win this series?
I want to go 7 games. Yeah. I don't want it to go 5 or less. Cause then what the hell we gonna talk about? So I needed to go all the way. Right. I need to go all the way to damn near July.
Okay. Joe, like Joe?
Ocho, it's one game, baby. That's why it's a series. You hear me?
Give me a minute. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure we're on point. Now you picked the Thunder. I picked the Pacers, right? So you have to understand each game that's played is $100 bet.
Now we got to talk about that for the game. You can't come in here like that, man. You got to establish that for the game start. We made a friendly bet. All right.
We established that in the last series.
I tried to run that on you against the Knicks. You wasn't going. Remember I said that to you?
No, what are we talking about? We talked about this before the series started.
No, not a game, bro. Not $100 a game, Ocho.
Oh, I'm saying it's a 5-game series. If it's a 5-game series, 6, 7-game series, each game is $100, depending on who team win.
Boy, you slick, boy. Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
I didn't realize it. They got beat. OKC normally beat people up on the glass. Indiana beat them by plus 17.
They playing small ball.
Thank you.
But that ain't my Joe. That ain't my problem. You decided to switch your lineup up. So what you want me to do?
Listen, that's what I was thinking when the game started. I'm like, man, where Hartenstein at? But I know what they were thinking. They did not want Holmgren out there guarding Pascal Siakam. That would have been a tough matchup for him. He wouldn't have been able to guard him on the perimeter. But I would have went down the stretch. I would have had some size in there down the stretch or something, man.
But here's the problem that you run into is that when you go small like that, now you get cleaned up on the glass. And now you're letting them Cornbread, you're letting them get second chance opportunities. Now you're giving somebody a second crack at you. It's Ocho, and I feel Ocho, it's like third down. All you hope to do is get the third down. But hell, if you let them capitalize and can't get off the field, what have you done? You force a missed shot. But if you can't get the rebound, you've done nothing. Now you got to play an extra possession. And sooner or later, that catches up with you. I was really surprised. And that's what Golden State was really good at. Golden State was good at forcing other teams to play that small ball. You remember when they had Iguodala and they were playing, basically Draymond at the 5, and everybody feel like, we got to play like that. But y'all don't play like that. They do. OKC, you play two bigs. You're one of the few teams that currently in the NBA that still play two bigs. So why wouldn't this in the most important games of of this young team assembled life, why would you go small when your advantage is to have two bigs?
Sometimes you overthink it. That's what happens. You overthink the process. You got there with this one girl, then all of a sudden you change. We're in the wrong place right now. We need to be outside in front of OKC right now with that alcohol you guys are selling. We made so much damn money because there's going to be some people pissed off and they want to get drunk. Please.
Hey, Bread, Joe and Unc. I got a question. Listen, y'all are basketball savants, in general. So let's say they change their lineup, right? You say they always went with their two bigs. What happened when you play against a team like the Indiana Pacers that run up and down the court in transition? Do you think they understand that those two bigs might be a liability, offensively and defensively, regardless of the boards?
But let me ask you a question. I'll put it to you in football terms. Y'all played the Cincinnati Bengals play three wides. Y'all and your team, the team that good, really good. Are you gonna say, you know what, they got really good? So instead of playing three wides, we're gonna go two tights and two wides. No, I'm going to do what I did to get me there. So now if you're going to play that small-ass lineup, I'm going to punish your ass inside. I'm going to punish you on the glass. Because they're used to playing Siakam and Miles Turner. You're not used to playing Wallace. Wallace doesn't start. Hartenstein, the two bigs, like I said, they're one of the few teams that still play old, like you guys used to play. Y'all had a true big and a true four. It wasn't no stretch, nothing. You stretched before you went to the game. That was the only stretch that was the only stretch that was going on, Cornbread. And so I'm surprised that OKC did this in this is the most important, this nucleus. And Dognuts, this is the most important series of their career, and he switched it up, and I just don't know why.
Well, I think that sometimes, again, you overthink the process.
You do.
And for me, I remember playing the Lakers. Instead of getting smaller, we got bigger. We had 7-footers all around, 6'10", McHale, Parrish, Bird, myself. We got bigger. So you want to attack a team like that on the glass. That was OKC's weakness. Everybody in the beginning of this series talked about one person I heard defensively, Lou Dort. What was he going to do defensively? Lou Dort is probably about 6'4". You got those guys over there 6'8", 6'9", and he played a great game. But there were guys who disappeared. I stay like you. I'm like you about dinner. If you come to my damn house, don't be telling me you don't eat this and you don't eat that.
Okay.
I'm like you.
I hope you ate before you brought your black ass there, because you gonna get what I serve.
You're vegan? Is that what you are? You vegan? Well, guess what? We having damn pork chops, and we here
exactly. I don't eat no pork. Okay.
You know what we doing? We cooking it with damn Crisco. That's what I'm saying. So forget about all that other stuff you're talking about.
I mean, you look at bro. They had Pascal Siakam had 19 points, 10 rebounds. Aaron Nesmith 10 points, 12 rebounds. Tyrese Haliburton 14 points, 10 rebounds. Miles Turner 15 points, 9 rebounds. You had 4 guys with damn near double-figure rebounds.
Well, give me Chad Humphrey then. What did Chad do? What did Chad give you tonight?
Chad gave you 6 and 6
points. He's 2 for 9.
2 for 9. He gave you 6 points, 6 rebounds. Isaiah Hartenstein gave you 9 points, 9 rebounds. And so you didn't have what they had almost 4 guys in double figures. You had no guys in double figures. And you had a guard that had as many rebounds as your biggest rebounder. So you played into their hands. Look, if I'm gonna get beat, I've got to get. Now I can make an adjustment, Brad. I can always, Ocho, you know this. We can always make adjustment, but I'm coming out with what has got me there, and then I'll see how the game is playing out, and then I'll make an adjustment accordingly.
Surprised.
I agree, man.
I'm like you, Joe.
I hope
it surprised the hell out of me the fact that they changed what had gotten them there. Hartenstein, what we know he is, he's aggressive on the offensive glass. He's aggressive defense. And your tendency defensively, your strengths has always been those 2 guys running the floor, those 2 white towers, being in there, being able to cut things off. You took one of the towers away, and Indiana feasted on the glass. And that's how, mind you, they stayed in this basketball game.
And another thing, guys, right. Joe, no, I'm going to let you go, Joe. Another thing, that defense we talked about, they allowed Indiana to shoot 48% from the floor and 46% from the 3. And we talked about their defense. We talked about Lou Dort. We talked about Wallace. We talked about Caruso. We talked about Isaiah Joe. We talked about all these guys. Where was that defense? Because it doesn't mean anything. Your defense, your offense is only as good. What can I get done when I absolutely got to have it done, Brad? If I got a guy and we lead our offense, we lead the league in scoring, and I got a guy that leads the league in scoring. What good is that if I down the clutch, I can't crunch time, I can't get a bucket. Right. So all this defense that they're the number 1 defensive team. They led in steals, they led in deflections, they led in field goal percentage. They are a very good team, but you needed that tonight, and you allowed a team to shoot 48% from the floor and 46% from the 3. That'll get you beat on most nights. But I'm surprised that the Pacers were able to stay around with 25 turnovers.
Man, hey guys, I think, when they got down, they were down like 15? Yeah, they started playing that desperation basketball. They started playing that desperation basketball to where they started making threes, and like when you down like that, you start to play a little loose because you're trying to get back in the game. And once they cut it to about 6, I was like, all right, all right. Now, hey, look, I was sitting here comfortable too. I'm ready to get on Nightcap, talking a little trash. I say, man, no, I done tore the house up over here.
Man, I have never seen Joe Johnson, who is one of the coolest dudes around, come on before this game and look like trash. Joe, what the hell is going on? Joe is my dude. Hey, Joe is my dude. I'm like, Joe looked like he was frustrated. Looked like Joe had just ran off the damn court. I was like, Joe, you all right?
Joe got some relatives. He got some relatives that play with OKC.
Man, listen, I got some Razorbacks over there, man. Hey, listen. Hey, look, when you watch the game, like, it's hard for me to just sit here and just really enjoy it because I be so immersed into the game. And I'm like, okay, OKC got control of this. And then Indiana just relentless, man, relentless. Look, Nimhard down the stretch, he was a go-to guy. He was a go-to guy. He the one that was making plays.
You know what I thought? You know what? I thought OKC had it because Nesmith throw the ball and he goes up and he didn't go up as strong as he needed to be. And then all of a sudden, you could have taken a lead. Now all of a sudden, they cut back down the court and Shea gets a layup. And I'm like, bro, God dang. I say, man, I say they done lost the game now.
Ocho, I can tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you why Joe is feeling this way. It ain't the game. It's them damn dead presidents he's losing right now. No, them damn dead presidents.
That parlay.
That's what it is. Them Lincolns and Grants and whatever he's spending right now, them things walked away. That's why he's frustrated right now.
Listen, long as I get my end, he owe me $100 now.
Chill. Hey, listen, check Homer's got. He got to give us something, guys.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
I think they got to go back. They got to go back with the big lineup because you done tried this small ball and it don't fit you. It fits Indiana. It's in Indiana's favor. Yeah. So because down the stretch, when you look, they can't get no second chance opportunities. They do miss. You know, if you have Hartenstein or Holmgren in there, when Shea do miss a midi, maybe they'll tip it out. You get another opportunity, but you getting one shot and now you got to get back on defense. So I didn't like it, man. I ain't like the startup. I ain't like the change of the lineup, man. You the number one team in the NBA, Cornbread, Ocho. Why you switching things up? Make them people adjust to you.
Exactly.
Well, hold on, Joe. Hey, Unc, I'm gonna ask you again though, Joe. Listen, let's say they do go big. I mean, as a coach, you got to make adjustments and understand.
I ain't gonna make adjustments before the game.
Offensively,
Right. We ain't playing.
Wait, because you already know they're a liability on defense. If you don't get that goddamn rebound, they down the court running the 4x1.
You know what I think? You know what? Now playing it back in my head, I think OKC looked at the series before Cleveland. What did Cleveland do? Play two bigs. Right. Cleveland got ran off the court. So he looked. I believe that he looked at it like that. And also the Knicks. The Knicks had success. They had success with what? When they brought Mitchell Robinson and Cat in, because Mitchell Robinson can protect. Also now you got Cat can do what he wanted, because Cat is not a defender and he really doesn't want to play the 5. He wants to play the 4. You let Mitchell Robinson. So I think that played a role in it. I think OKC looked at those two and they say, man, they ran, and remember, Cleveland is a good defensive team.
Yeah.
They got ran off the court. They got beat 4-1. You saw what they did to the Knicks. They didn't have home court. They ran them off the court. So OKC said, you know what? Let me switch it up. I ain't switching up nothing. You're gonna beat me, but you're gonna beat me at my best. Now, I get it. Game 2, okay, I might have to make some adjustments, but I'm not making no adjustments before I have to make adjustments.
That's what I'm saying. Come on now.
Hey, Brad, I'm like, you know what? Hey, my car cranking just fine and everything's rolling good. Hey, man, change my transmission. I want you to change the battery.
For no reason.
Can the check engine light come on? Can it not crank before I start?
In this next game right here, OKC, there are going to be some assholes going to be tight in there, man.
Yeah.
When you're playing a game that and you got the in your home, this is I'm sorry, but this is a must-win game for them.
Absolutely.
This is a must-win game. And Joe, they'll come back. Joe, they'll come back.
Brad.
Come on now.
Brad, you must be had the right parlay tonight. Joe picked the wrong parlay. You got the right one.
Hey, Unc, Brad and Joe, right? Listen, if the coach made a decision to go small right against the Pacers in the first game, is he going to change it back in the second game? Is he going to really sit there and take that sword and fall on that sword and say, you know what, I made the wrong decision?
If you're a smart coach, you see that adjustment that you have to make. That's why I said in the beginning of this series, it favored the Pacers because they had a coach who had championship experience. He had also been there with Larry Bird in Indiana when they played. They were playing for a championship. He's won one before. He's won one in Boston. So his experience, I think, showed in that game. And he was definitely what you said the whole time, I think, Shannon. He was great at saying, go on to the next play. Go on to the next play. And that's what happens. If you believe in your coach, and now when you have players over there second guessing what the coach is saying, that's going to be one thing. Because you can see the look on everybody's face. I don't know why we're not there right now, man. We could be selling shots like a mug up in there. We'd be making so much damn money. You know, oh my God.
That's how I go. Next year, we're gonna take the show on the road. We gonna talk to Adam Silver and say, Adam, we want to go on the road. We want to be, we ain't gotta we'll be in the hallway. We'll be in the atrium. We ain't gotta get
Make sure you got your liquor license. Make sure you got your liquor license. That's all. Get your liquor license, Shannon. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen. Hey, y'all take this show on the road now. Y'all gonna have to cut me in or cut it out, all right? Yeah, y'all have to cut me in or cut it out. I'm telling you right now, cut me in or cut it out. Listen, man, I'm disappointed, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's Ocho. You need
my cash out?
I give you a prime example. The Super Bowl.
Yeah, talk to me.
What did the Eagles defense do all year? They played cover 2. The entire season. They played two. I think they played 1 or 2 snaps of single high safety in the Super Bowl. They were a cover 2 team. Can you imagine if all of a sudden, instead of being a cover 2 team, all of a sudden they come out and they're going to say, you know what, we're going to play single high. We're going to play quarters.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what you've done all year to get you to this point. Now, if I'm going out there, if you start to gash me in what I'm doing, now I got to make an adjustment. Why would I make an adjustment before I have to?
Right.
When you've been the best team all year.
You won 68 games. You're one of the few teams that's won at least 80 games before you reach the finals. And then all of a sudden you let this team, and granted, India's played well. I think all 4 of us can agree India's played well. I think they've been the biggest surprise in the NBA playoff this year. They beat a 64-win team.
No doubt.
They've been the underdog. They beat the Bucks. They beat Cleveland. They beat the Knicks. They've been the underdog. You know what? If they were to pull this off, in the last 30 years, this might be the biggest upset. This might be considering. This might be Detroit, LA beating LA in 2003. This might be the Mavericks beating the Heat in 2011. Because think about what the gauntlet that they've gone through. They've been the underdog in the first round, in the second round, the third round, and the finals. And they're going up against the MVP of the league and the best offense, the best defense.
But Shannon, be truthful about this thing. The Pacers have played better than anybody in the playoffs.
They've outplayed.
They outplayed everybody, and that includes OKC. OKC played, they've been okay. In some games they've struggled, but the Pacers have been the best playing team during this NBA finals, during this whole NBA playoff. They've been the best team. So it shouldn't surprise us. And at the end of the game, for them to make that shot, oh my God!
HALI.
I could feel the things you were talking about. I could feel Joe. I could feel Joe's pain when he came on. I could feel Ocho's pride when he was sitting there. And then, and my parlay, baby, was on that.
Hey, Cornbread. Oh, you gotta chill. Hey, you gotta chill, bro.
Because think about it. Look at Joe. If you guys, look who they beat. They beat first team unanimous All NBA selection Giannis. They beat defensive player of the year Evan Mobley. They beat he was a first team All NBA Donovan Mitchell. They beat third team Jalen Brunson with an All NBA selection. I mean, so look now you got Shea unanimous MVP, Jalen Williams third team, Dort. I think Dort was on the All Defensive.
Well,
team.
Tell me, Shannon, you're saying that. Tell me the player in Indiana that we're saying is the All-Star player.
Nobody.
Hey,
I think didn't HALI go to HALI went to the All-Star game this year, right?
Nah.
But he is Siakam.
He's a star.
Yeah.
He's a star. He's a star. Him and Siakam, they are stars. They're not superstars, they are stars.
Yeah.
They've been
But the thing is, they're by committee. The only thing that you know is that late in the ball game, if you need a shot to win a tie, Haliburton's gonna take it.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't let him hang around.
He's okay, Brad. He just like everybody knew, if that game was late in the ball game, y'all know 33 was gonna take. Okay, now y'all keep fooling around if you want to.
Joe, what was? I'm trying to figure out what Haliburton's dad might have did in that game. Was he doing cartwheels out there? I mean,
he was chill. He was chill.
He on probation already.
Yeah. Joe, I don't even know. I mean, if that's my son out there, I'm doing a cartwheel out there in the middle of the floor. I'm like,
no, don't do that. No. That got you put in jail. They gonna revoke your parole.
Look, I'm telling you what. The way that game played out is I'm just like all you guys right now looking at it. In the beginning of this game, everybody had Indiana not playing. And then the turnovers, like you said, Joe, I kept doing like this. I'm like, damn, another turnover?
How many times Obi Toppin gonna throw the ball back court?
Blown out. I thought they were blown out. And then all of a sudden, they reel them back in. Joe, you've been there before. Ocho, you've been there before. Shannon, I know you've been there before. Out there, what they call get your fishing pole out there. And you reel that sucker and you reel him in. You hook him and then you pull him back in. He might go a little bit further, but you got him on that line. You got that thing in his mouth like a hook like that. He ain't going no place. He don't know. He said it.
Ocho don't know about fishing though. Bread, you got to stop talking. Ocho don't know about setting no hook. He don't know nothing about no short fishing. He don't know about no flathead. He don't know about no butter cat, no channel cat, no speckled cat. He don't know nothing about that. He don't know nothing about no big. He don't know about no crappie, no white perch. No.
Hold on. Listen, he talk about fishing, right? You talk about actual fishing now. Now there's other perspectives in a different context that I can talk about and use the same thing y'all talk about when they go to fish.
Yeah.
I still know how to catch. Ocho, don't do that.
We on probation. I know how to catch now. We on probation, Ocho. We on probation.
Okay. Oh, we can't get too soon. Too soon. Okay. My bad. Oh, I know how to fish.
Yeah. You know you get them. You can hunt too. You can hunt too, Ocho.
Like that.
You can hunt. You good hunter.
I know. Oh, I'm a hunter now. I know my baby watching. Hey,
two-leg hunter.
Hey, Shannon.
But that's okay. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that next about 3-4 months. We'll talk about that deal.
It's too soon. My bad. My apology. My apology.
But you got sick. But think about it. When the Pacers win ball games, look at the stat line. Look how many guys they have in double figures. They're going to have at least, at bare minimum, 5. Sometimes they get 6. Even last game, they had 7 guys in double figures. And those guys, and that's hard to plan for because you're like, okay, we're going to key on Jalen Williams and we're going to key on Shea. If somebody else goes haywire and gives us 25, 30, we can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the Pacers are going to do is have a bunch of 19, 17, 14, 13, 15, 16. You'll have 2 9s and an 8.
Joe, did you happen to see that play kind of at the end of the game when I thought it was Shea got fouled, and he pushed the opposition away? That is a little crack to me because that you don't see that from Shea. He's cool, but all of a sudden he did like Shannon Sharpe did at that Laker game that time when Joe, I kept bringing it up. I'm sorry, Joe. Every time I think about it, I can see Shannon on the floor. Bring your ass over here then. God, bring your ass. Bring your ass, okay? Bring your ass. Bring your ass. And you know what he told me, Joe? He told me, I didn't step on the floor. I'm like, hell, the damn, you did step on the damn floor.
I did. I didn't step on the floor. I looked down.
There's a damn camera angle. Are you like this? No, bring your ass over here. I'm like, yeah.
I looked down at the feet. I'm like, hold on, let me get the feet back. I'll make sure I ain't on the floor. But did
you have something?
Huh?
Did you have some of your system that night?
No. Okay. I don't. Only time it's got to be a private event. I wouldn't drink out in public like that. Hell no.
Drink.
Sometimes, Joe, you be in certain situations now, regardless of your environment, you got to stand up for yourself. You just can't let them do any kind of way when the camera's around.
Absolutely.
But I was surprised. And I agree with you, Brad. I thought they let them play to a certain. They were letting them play. I was like, well, damn, that ain't no foul. That ain't no foul. Y'all let them play tonight.
Yeah. That was 80s basketball. That was basketball where it was physical. It was a lot of bumping. There was a lot of pushing, a lot of and what it does, it favors Indiana because they're the more physical team. Indiana Pacers are the more physical team. OKC is more of the finesse team. And because of that, the finesse at the end got pushed around by the team that was more aggressive, and that was Indiana.
Right.
Man, they got to have some size in the game, fellas. This is why OKC lost. Man, y'all know that, man. Come on. They had that lead, kind of let their foot off the gas a little bit, and Indiana is going to do what they've been doing the whole postseason, man. They're going to keep playing to the buzzer sound. Now, at the last 5 to 7 minutes, when you playing small ball, that's going to work in Indiana's favor, man. You don't have no size in there to combat nothing defensively. You can't get no offensive rebound. They limiting you to one shot, and they pushing it down your throat. I just thought OKC, like you said, Cornbread, they overthought it, man. Why would you change up your lineup like that? Okay, if it don't work in the first 5 minutes, okay, we'll make some subs and we'll get some guys in, but outside of that, I'm not letting y'all change what we've done all year.
We're the best team. And we've been playing this way all year. And now I get to the game, and all of a sudden I'm going to change what I do. It's like, when I heard them say they had to change the lineup, I'm like, well, why would they do that?
Yeah, because that's what I did. I was looking at it because I'm like, hold on. This guy said, I'm like, man, hold on. Wallace doesn't normally start. And it didn't dawn on him. I'm like, well, who normally starts? I was like, well, somebody must have got hurt. And then I see Hartenstein. Hartenstein's supposed to be up on that first line, not in the second line.
Yeah.
Because what happens, like you said, guys, if you notice Indiana, okay, they start to make a comeback. Now they miss a shot. Guess what they can do? Get another opportunity. Because somebody get a rebound. Because you don't really have no size in there. Basically, you got all guards. You got Shea's a guard, Lou Dort's a guard, Wallace is a guard, Williams is a guard.
And Chad Hungren played like a guard.
Plays like a guard. He wants to be a guard. He don't, like I said, he only.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Everybody already, it seemed like they crowned the Thunder before the series even started. Now we talk about, now the Thunder lose. They had the whole game won, obviously until the last 2 minutes, whatever it may have been. Now Joe and Unc, Cornbread, even you said what they need to do and do what they've always done the past few series, starting their two bigs, right? Now you don't know what's going to happen. I'm gonna tell you how the basketball guys work. They're gonna start their two bigs and then get their ass ran off the goddamn court in that second game.
Stop it, I ain't going.
I'm telling you, listen, I guarantee you that's what happens.
But Ocho,
it's just the way sports work in general. Ocho, it's just the way sports work in general.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather lose your way or lose somebody else's way?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather lose.
Because that's what I got to like Brad said, I got to dance with what got me there. I'm not finna change because, hey, man, you need to change. Nah, let me see what they got going on. And then I got me a change of clothes in the car. So if I'm overdressed, I take my ass to the car and then I'll come back. But I'm not finna change. Hey, man, you gonna be overdressed. And then I walk up in there with blue jeans on, here's a black tie affair. Nah, I'm gonna bring me a change of clothes and then I'll dress accordingly once I get there to see what's going on.
Now you're a country boy. Where you gonna change your clothes at? You out in the car or you?
Yeah. You know we changing the car. Yeah. They ain't never been no problem for us. I say, man, but look, you got to go back. I mean, the last time I think it was LeBron. I think it was 2017? 2017, when he was hitting all those game winners. You remember he hit that one against Indy and he hit that one against Toronto and he played up. Halliburton is, I can't remember a guy hitting this many game winning or game tying shots in one playoff run.
You're right. I mean, and you can see these plays. And Joe was good at this. I wasn't that dude because we had Larry Bird and guys like that. But
man, you won MVP in the finals playing with Larry Bird. What did you? I
was pretty much a bitch. I can tell you that. But I know at the end of the game when that ball was going to be shot, I was going to be able to get a rebound because you had Bird shooting the basketball. What we look at Haliburton right now. This might be this is the craziest thing we think about. A guy that all the other players in the NBA said was the most overrated player, and now done stepped up and kicking ass and taking names every single game. That is ridiculous. And you know it's coming. You and I can see it at the end. When they got the ball, I was like, oh no, it's not going to happen. It can't happen again. It can't happen again. No, it can't.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. He's hit game-winning shots. Remember, he hit the game-winning layup against Milwaukee. He hit 2 game-winning shots against Cleveland. Hit the game winner against the Knicks. And here we are again. He's got 5 game-winning shots, and if I'm not mistaken, hell, all of them might be in this playoff run. He's been phenomenal.
Man, HALI has been great. Early in the game for me, though, guys. He's not aggressive enough. It's like he just he's so passive and he let everybody else kind of make plays. But let him hang around and he get him a chance in that fourth quarter. He gonna come alive.
Obi Toppin was key though. Obi Toppin was key tonight.
Let me ask you this. How many times have you seen that from the great Michael Jordan? Games where he just coast along, get other people involved, and then at the end of the game, you know who the assassin's going to be. And because he got other people involved in the game, now you can't run away from the Nimhards. You can't run away from all these guys. Mount Turner hit a huge 3. Everybody started hitting shots because now he had them involved. They were confident. And you could see the wind just being taken out of the sails of what was going on in OKC. It was just, it for me. This is Joe. I'm like you about this, and I'm sure you guys are like this in football. My best thing I used to love, Ocho, was I used to love when I went to somebody else's arena and I saw damn kids start crying when they would leave the game. I love that. I love that. It's like they took they lost. I mean, like that was my pet peeve. I love that.
And you look at late in that ball game, Nimhard was going one-on-one. So give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, he going at.
You know what? He played with Shea, so he comfortable playing against Shea. You know, they played on the same national team, so it ain't like, you know, this ain't foreign to him. He like, oh yeah, I got this. Because his confidence was oozing out of him late in the game. Ocho, that boy was getting to it. You hear me?
Yeah.
And it's like they was breaking down the defense so much that they were getting wide open jumpers. I'm like, man, what is OKC doing?
Joe, how much that parlay was tonight? Not that you're gonna get it, but I'm just saying, how much would you have gotten?
I would have got 12 bands, man.
Somebody get Joe some damn Alka-Seltzer because his damn stomach. There's something running down after that shot. That Haliburton, it had to be some brown stuff running down his leg.
Hold on, Joe. Joe, you was gonna lose because they was favored. You didn't cover the spread.
Man, I wasn't talking about no spread, Unc. I had a couple players who were gonna do what they was doing, and I was finna win. You hear me?
Hey, 12,000?
Yeah, man, for a little of nothing too, Ocho. I ain't bet but a little of nothing.
Guess what? And you got a little of nothing, so it's even.
That would have been nice, boy. That would have been nice.
You talking about for me? You talking about for me?
We could have split that.
No.
Hey, check this out, guys. Game 1, the Pacers, it was their 5th comeback victory from a deficit of 15 or more points in the 2025 NBA playoffs. That's the most by a team in a single postseason since 1998. Check this out. The Pacers, the Bucks had them. The Bucks were up 7 points in the final 35 seconds with a 98% chance to win. They lost. They were the Cavaliers had them down 7 points in the final minute with a 96% chance of winning, and they lost. The Knicks had a 99.7% win rate, up 14 in the final 3 minutes. They lost. The Thunder had a 96% chance of winning the game, up 9 in the final 3 minutes. The Pacers won all 4.
You know what?
1998, only 4 teams have won a playoff game despite leading for the 30 seconds or less. In 1999, the Spurs, Game 2, Western Conference Finals, they only led 10 seconds. The Mavs, 2001, Game 5 in the first round, 30 seconds. Lakers, Game 4, West Finals, 2002, 13 seconds.
Take them numbers. Take them numbers you just got. Take it to the nearest bathroom and go flush it down the damn toilet. That's what you do with them there. That's what I hate about all these guys right now with all the stats, Joe, that we look at, Ocho, when people start getting to a game is about heart at the end of the game. Football, baseball, whatever it is. All the analytics that we want to go down, all these numbers you give, Shannon, when you're saying 98%, this, that, and the other.
98.
You got to have a set of balls at the end. And that's what wins games. I don't care who you are. I've seen ISO Joe. I saw Joe put down Paul Pierce with a hesitating dribble. You remember that play? He was trying to steal the ball from you, Joe, and you rocked him to his knee. I was like, yeah, damn, Paul. And I was like, Paul is my boy.
Joe
after
hit
the
with
game,
that.
I was like, yeah, damn, Paul. I said, damn. I said, and here's the worst thing about it, Shannon. That game was in Boston. And when Paul went down and didn't get the ball, the crowd, yes, exactly.
Hey, look, hey, Brad. You know, Boston drafted me, man. I love coming back there, silent crowd. It was nothing better than that. It was nothing better than that.
The Pacers led for a grand total of 0.3 seconds. Check this out, Cornbread. You're going to love this stat. NBA teams were 0-121 when down by 7 or more points in the final 3 minutes of regulation in the NBA Finals over the last 28 postseasons.
Wow.
0 for 121.
Wow. What does that do right now? I know.
Oh, and it's 1 for 121.
And the other's up one game. And now All the pressure is on the young basketball team. Now, can they come back? They got a possibility because, I don't think I've seen anybody. Joe, you were ISO one-on-one, but this damn Shea is different.
Oh, man.
Damn, let's use the word we like to use. He's a bitch. That's how we would say if I was playing against them, we'd be on the bench. That dude's a bitch, man. He's a bitch.
Hey, them boys out there playing though. I'm talking about both teams guard wise. They playing great defense. It's physical. I love to see it, man. The competition level is at an all-time high. But man, OKC can't play that small ball against Indiana. I'm sorry, guys. They gotta get back to the drawing board.
Honestly, Unc, if you think about it and you look at the way things have played out, not only during the regular season, you look at the way things have played out during the playoffs. The analytics, the stats, the numbers, everything you've written down, the way the game played tonight, do you not see how the basketball gods have this thing lined up for the Pacers to win? Can you not see it?
Hey.
You can see it. Like, it's playing itself out in real time, and a lot of people aren't paying attention to it because they're not looking at the past. Listen, it's right there for you. So if you're a gambling man, if you're a gambling woman, if you play in that world of parlays and all that stuff, bet your money with the Pacers. I don't do it, but I'm just telling you, Joe, that's why you lost tonight.
Man, chill. They gonna bounce back. They gotta bounce back. They don't have a choice.
Nah. Pascal Siakam in game 1, 19 points, 10 rebounds, joins Dale Davis as the only Pacers with a 15-10 game in the finals. Obi Toppin, game 1, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 made three-pointers. Only Reggie Miller has more three-point made in a game in franchise finals history. Despite the loss, Shea dropped off almost a 40-piece. He had 38 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. That is the most points in a finals debut since AI had 48 in the game 1 in the 2001 finals against the Lakers.
He didn't really get no help though, honestly.
Shea, after game one loss, he said it's a 48-minute game. The Pacers teach you that lesson more than anyone else in the league the hard way. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, he is. He's right. They're gonna make you pay for the mistakes, and once you get comfortable and you think it's over, they're gonna be steady fighting and swinging, and they're gonna catch it, and it's gonna be night-night.
It's hard, Brad. It's hard to reverse that momentum. You let a team get momentum, they see a couple go in, and then you miss a couple. Now you start, man, I don't want to shoot this. Let somebody else shoot. Hey, you take it. I want it. And then all of a sudden, and you're like, damn, he hit another one. When did Nimhard turn into Kobe Bryant? Rest Kobe soul. Man, when did Obi Toppin turn into Steph Curry?
Well, you know what happens? That is confidence from the coach. Rick Carlisle is giving those guys the green light to play fast. Rick Carlisle, as you would know, Joe, at one time was more of a control guy, the way he controlled his players. But now I talked to Quinn Buckner, who does radio and television for those guys. He said, all of a sudden, Rick Carlisle said, yo, guys, go out there and play. Play the way you want to play, and we're going to win the basketball game because we're going to be creative. We're going to have tenacity, and we're going to do something that nobody in the NBA right now thought this was going to. I looked at all the experts, especially your guy Perk over there. He was like, I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, yeah, these are a bunch of dogs. Oh, yeah, you did.
Somebody get mature shoes and my Escalade, and this is what I'm going to do. This is what's going to happen. Dude, you got to play the game. You can't talk about it. You got to play the game.
Hey, Joe, think about what you just said too earlier, not too long ago, right? About Haliburton not being aggressive at the beginning of the game, being very passive. But look at the method to his madness, right? He's being passive, allowing everybody else to get themselves in a rhythm, allowing everybody else to gain that confidence as the game goes on. Then look at the shots they hit later on in the game. Shots that count at the most opportune times where it matters most. And then what does HALI do? I'm not saying he has that Mamba mentality. I'm just saying he's acting Mamba-like. And he's been doing it all playoff. All playoff long.